Imagine every human being on Earth standing beneath the same sky. Every city, every village, every airport, every highway, suddenly empty. Not because humanity disappeared, but because humanity left. 8 billion people, all moving to another planet. Mars. The entire population of Earth, transferred across tens of millions of kilometers of space, to begin civilization again on a world where humans have never lived. At first, it sounds like the ultimate achievement. No borders. No crowded cities. No climate crisis on Earth. A completely new beginning. But then, reality begins to set in. Because moving 8 billion people to Mars would not simply be the largest migration in human history. It would be one of the greatest engineering challenges imaginable. And the terrifying part is that Mars is almost completely hostile to human life. The planet is cold, dry, dusty, radiation exposed, and its atmosphere is so thin that standing outside without a pressure suit would be fatal. So, what would actually happen if we tried to move all 8 billion people to Mars? To understand the scale of the problem, we need to begin with the journey itself. Mars is not always the same distance from Earth. The two planets constantly move around the Sun. Sometimes, they are relatively close. At other times, they are separated by hundreds of millions of kilometers. That means there is no simple daily route between the two worlds. Instead, missions would need to launch during favorable windows when the planets are aligned efficiently. These launch opportunities occur roughly every 26 months. And even under favorable conditions, a journey to Mars would still take months. Imagine sitting inside a spacecraft with hundreds or thousands of other people for months, knowing that Earth is becoming smaller behind you. There is no turning around. No emergency airplane. No rescue helicopter. No hospital waiting at the destination. The spacecraft itself becomes your entire world. And now multiply that by 8 billion. The transportation problem alone becomes almost impossible to comprehend. Humanity has never moved anything remotely close to this number of people between worlds. Modern aircraft can transport hundreds of passengers at a time. But spacecraft are radically different. Every kilogram launched from Earth requires enormous amounts of energy. Food, water, oxygen, clothing, medical equipment, shelter, machines, fuel, construction materials. Everything would have to be transported, manufactured, or eventually produced on Mars. And 8 billion people require an enormous amount of everything. Food alone becomes staggering. If one person consumes roughly a kilogram or more of food per day, 8 billion people would require billions of kilograms of food every day. Then there is water. Humans need water constantly. We also need water for agriculture, sanitation, industry, cooling, and manufacturing. The good news is that Mars is not completely without water. Large quantities of water ice exist beneath the Martian surface and in polar deposits. But extracting that water, purifying it, transporting it, and turning it into a reliable supply for billions of people, would require an industrial system on a scale humanity has never built beyond Earth. And this is where the dream of a Martian civilization becomes much more complicated. Because before 8 billion people could move to Mars, Mars would need to become a functioning industrial world. Not a research station. Not a small colony. A world. Imagine arriving on Mars and looking across the horizon. There are no forests, no oceans, No cities. No breathable atmosphere. No rivers flowing across the surface. No natural ecosystem capable of supporting humans. Instead, there is dust, rock, cratered terrain, ancient volcanoes, and an atmosphere dominated by carbon dioxide. The atmospheric pressure at the surface is less than 1% of Earth's average sea level pressure. That means humans cannot simply walk outside. Even if the temperature were comfortable, the atmosphere would still be far too thin for unprotected human survival. Mars would have to be transformed into a giant life support system. Every settlement would need sealed habitats, airlocks, pressure systems, oxygen generation, water recycling, radiation shielding, temperature control, and backup systems. Because on Mars, a broken pipe is not just an inconvenience. A pressure leak could become a life-threatening emergency. A failed oxygen system could threaten an entire habitat. A damaged power network could leave thousands of people in darkness, inside a frozen world. And there is another problem. Radiation. Earth has two major forms of natural protection: its atmosphere and its global magnetic field. Mars has neither at anything close to Earth's level. The Martian surface therefore receives much more radiation than people experience on Earth. Long-term exposure can increase health risks. For a small scientific outpost, this is already a serious challenge. For 8 billion people, it becomes one of the central problems of civilization. The solution would probably involve burying habitats beneath the surface, building thick protective structures, or covering settlements with large amounts of Martian soil. The first Martian cities might therefore look nothing like cities on Earth. No skyscrapers reaching into the sky. No glass apartment towers. No open-air shopping districts. Instead, much of civilization could exist underground. Tunnels, pressure chambers, subsurface farms, industrial complexes, residential modules, laboratories, storage facilities, transportation systems. A civilization hidden beneath the Martian surface, because the planet above is simply too dangerous. And then there is gravity. Mars has only about 38% of Earth's surface gravity. At first, that might sound attractive. You could jump higher. Objects would feel lighter. Construction might require less force to move materials. But human biology evolved under Earth's gravity. We still don't know what decades, or generations, of living in Martian gravity would do to the human body. Muscles could weaken. Bones could lose density. The cardiovascular system could change. Balance and coordination could be affected. And children born on Mars could develop differently from children born on Earth. This creates an enormous scientific question. Would humans born in low gravity remain physically adapted to Earth? Or would generations of Martian humans eventually become biologically different? We don't know. And that means moving 8 billion people to Mars would not simply create a new society. It could eventually create a new branch of humanity. But before that happens, we would have to solve something much more basic. Food. 8 billion people cannot survive on packaged meals forever. Mars would need agriculture. Huge amounts of it. And growing food on Mars is extremely difficult. The soil contains compounds called perchlorates that are harmful to humans. The atmosphere is too thin. Temperatures are generally far below Earth's average. Liquid water is unstable on the surface. And sunlight is weaker than on Earth. Greenhouses would therefore need to be pressurized, heated, and carefully controlled. Plants would require water, nutrients, carbon dioxide, and artificial or natural light. And because billions of people need enormous quantities of food, Mars would eventually need massive agricultural facilities. Perhaps underground farms illuminated by artificial lighting. Perhaps enormous pressurized greenhouses. Perhaps genetically modified crops designed specifically for Martian conditions. But agriculture creates another problem. Waste. On Earth, nature recycles almost everything. Dead plants become nutrients. Water moves through rivers and clouds. Carbon moves between the atmosphere, oceans, soil, and living organisms. Mars would not provide this system automatically. A Martian civilization would have to build its own artificial ecosystem.